Go, Marcella, looking amazing today.
I'm looking at your amazing camera right now.
Amazing.
Is that an upgrade?
No, it's the same.
Oh, I like it. It looks quite like a good lens right now. How you been?
Good. Speaking of upgrades, speaking of finance, Susie Orman, she's the finance lady.
Yes.
She's talked about like the 4 documents that you need in your life, which are a will, a trust, an advance directive, and a power of attorney.
And an NDA. She forgot to mention the NDA.
What are your thoughts of the 4 things that you need?
Well, actually, I have all those 4, but I think also you need an NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
Because for my experience in the past, especially when you have projects and stuff like that, thank God I had a project once, and thank God I made somebody sign an NDA, because that person, that's why I'm meeting with my lawyer today, because I filed a trademark for a project that I had, and I actually got the trademark, but I had to fight that trademark because somebody put somebody before me, even though it was my project, and thank that I had an NDA signed by that person, I could fight the case, right? So an NDA is very important for you to have when you have project and things going on, but a trust, it's very important, depending if you have like a big stay, the will, and a power of attorney, because let's say something happens to me and you need emergency, you need to go to a hospital and I'm in a coma state. Somebody's gonna have to make those decisions for you. So you need to put the right person that you really trust to make those decisions. Also financial decisions, because I might be in a position that I don't know who I am, and people need to take money out of the bank because I need the money to pay my medical bills. And if nobody has that power of attorney, nobody's gonna be able to help you. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
Those are, when you have something, if you have anything, well, doesn't mean, at least somebody can make your medical decisions for you in a hospital. For instance, do not resuscitate. Every time you take your parent or something and they make you sign something, do you want to wish to resuscitate just in case something really bad happens? So it's very important to have that if you're basically also a single person who has nobody to take care of you just in case something big happens, especially if your family's overseas.
What if you're broke? Do these documents even apply to broke people?
For broke people, the only thing, well, if you go to a hospital and you don't have the money to pay, the hospital will take care of probably you under medical or covered California if you live in California. But still, somebody's going to have to make that decision, do not resuscitate. So if you're really broke and you don't care about it, you don't have to do anything. It will just depends how do you want to finish the last days of your life. So that somebody will make those decisions for you, or you will pick that person that will make those decisions.
Is there any more like financial documents that you need as a person beside the NDA you just mentioned?
Well, also for the bank, you can have a power of attorney. But what I've learned, that let's say you have a bank, I have a bank account, right? And something happens to me, and my power of attorney says that you can go into my bank. The problem is the power of attorney is not really powerful when it comes to the banking system. The old banking system, we want to talk about the new banking system right now, but it's better if you can designate somebody to that account, that person can act as your financial advisor, or at least put that person in the account just for emergency purposes only, because I can designate a beneficiary of the account, but then if I don't die, until I die, the beneficiary won't be able to cash that money. Right?
Okay.
What about if I need that money to be taken out, but nobody, even with a power of attorney, it's really hard for the bank to let that person get inside in your account.
Okay.
So if you're a single person, at least put somebody in that account that will actually can act for you just in case it's an emergency need, right? Or maybe have a box in the account, a security box with a key that person can access and take whatever they need to support that in your case.
Nice. You wanted to talk about like financial crisis?
Well, the financial crisis is coming. We have $27 trillion in debt in the United States. 27 trillion debt. And it keeps coming, and they're printing money like water. Printing. And who's going to pay for that? You, me, my kids, my grandkids, everybody. People don't realize that the printing of money doesn't have a backup. The dollar, remember when we used to say cash is king? Well, it has switched to cash is trash. Literally, if you have money, if you have cash, it doesn't worth anything because the value of the dollar is depleting. Nowadays, you need to have some assets: real estate, silver, gold, and of course, if you are in cryptocurrency, I will suggest you to invest some of your portfolio. Let's say you have $1,000, 20% of that portfolio, put it in cryptocurrency, be up to date with the information, and you will make the money. You will make the money back, especially now it's Alcon season. In 6 or 7 months, I don't know what's happening, but if you need a quick money right now, just go into cryptocurrency because it's making you much more money than have it in the bank with it makes 0 interest. and the value of the dollar is depleting. So
How come nobody's talking about in the mass media, main legacy media? Nobody's saying like there's a financial crisis looming.
well, they say it, but not the channels that usually the mass media, because as you and I know, the mass media is control. So they don't want to maybe scare the people, because if you say this in mass media, everybody's going to go to the bank and take the money out. And we can make that happen. Even though if I go to the bank and I say, give me all that money, I guarantee you they say, we'll need 2 or 3 days, because we don't have that money here in the bank, because they don't have the quantity of money that when you put your money in the bank, your money belongs to the bank. I know you think, oh, but it's my money. The bank is making money with your money. So whether you make money with your money as well by taking out of the financial system as we know, which is obsolete. Yesterday was a very important for Coinbase and the cryptocurrency world, because Coinbase, which is the major digital wallet in the United States, has a public trade stock on the Wall Street, right? So now people seeing that, they're trusting more in cryptocurrency, because it's it's something legal that people say, oh, it's in Wall Street, we have a trade stock. Let me tell you, most of the banks that we know, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, they already are working on their own ETF stock for cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the future, like it or not. It's here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. And even the woman that you were taking, Susan, he said, I will invest in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is great. But what you cannot invest is money that you don't have. Right? So when you invest in cryptocurrency, you know that money that you're investing, you're not going to need that money in 2, 3, 4 months. That is money saved, 20% of your portfolio that you're not going to need it, right? But if you are cashing the stimulus check every week or whatever, the EDD help, and you're putting that in cryptocurrency, well, that might be a problem. And what it tells me is that you're putting that in cryptocurrency, it tells me that you actually do not need that stimulus check or that EDD help that you're cashing every week.
Gotcha. You should run a master class in finance. I think you do well.
Listen, I always tell people in my social media, because I have a lot of followers, that I put stories of what I invest in my social media, and a lot of people that follow me writing me every day saying, we make so much money, Marcela, thank you so much, but I'm not a financial advisor whatsoever. I just tell you what I do, and if you do your own due diligence and follow, you probably make some money. And like I said, do not invest money that you don't have or money that you're not going to need in 6 months. Save that money first and then make your own decisions.
Beautiful. You got any projects in the works? Anything coming up?
Well, actually, I did somebody really cool the other day. I went to the Wish House. You know who the Wish House is? The Wish House is actually Dan Bilzerian's ex-house, which now belongs to the company Wish. You know, the app that you can buy stuff from China for $1, $2, $3, $4.
Right.
And it's actually the home is insane, but only 3 people living in I think it's a 60,000 square foot home.
Oh,
3
wow.
people. I said, why don't you make this something that people can come here and like learn something? And the guy was like, yeah, maybe, because 3 people living in the homes is quite like how you say, it's like a disappointment, right?
Right.
But yeah, I know there's many projects. Actually, was trying to do something with the homeless population, talking to a couple of people, because I cannot stand what is happening in Los Angeles. Your channel, you put it a long time. The quantity of homeless population, it's a disaster, and I don't see I don't see Newsom doing anything at all. So we might have to, as citizens here, especially in Los Angeles, we might have to take the arms in our, make our own power and try to change that. I'm really concerned what's happening with the United States economy. I'm really concerned what is happening with Los Angeles. Things are opening up, but I don't see the economy moving very well. And the printing of the money we know back up really concerns me. And what really concerns me is China is becoming the first potency in the world. And that is very scary.
If people want to hit you for financial advice or any kind of advice, where can they hit you up at?
Well, they can follow me on my social medias, Marcela Iglesias Hollywood or queenofhollywood.com. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I just tell you what I do, and if you want to follow, that's good.
Thanks, Marcela.